All right, guys, welcome back for another video right here. I want to break down my trade on gold I got into yesterday morning. A perfect trade. I mean, I can't get any better than this right here when it comes down to a setup, right? We have the simple breakout pullback, identifying the price action pattern. In this case, it was a evening star pattern. As you always know, these are by far my favorite trades to get into. When it's the evening star or the morning star when going for a buy, you really can't go wrong with them. They are perfect patterns to enter off of. So getting deeper into this, you can see the breakout first happened on the 24th, right? You can see this is where the major breakout happened right here on this day on Tuesday. So from Tuesday, we see price action kind of fully breaking below this previous level. After we have a breakout, we then look to identify the pullback, right? So we have breakout step one that happened on the 24th. The pullback happened from the 24th to the 25th, which was a Wednesday, right? So the pullback was step two. And then when it comes down to Thursday, the 26th, we see how we can identify this evening star pattern when getting in for a trade. So whenever we have all three conditions being met in the market, I know how to enter my setup, right? And I always get in either at 9 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon, either 9 a.m. in the morning or 5 p.m. in the afternoon. If you need more help in that, ask me more questions, whatever, I'll help you down the road with that. But that's really how simple it is getting into these given setups, right? Breakout, pullback, identifying the pattern, simply getting into the trade. Now, this right here alone, you can make a crazy amount of profit. Even if you have a lower lot size on gold, it really doesn't matter, right? You can make a ton of money, double or even triple your account for your initial investment drastically in profit. So when taking these trades as well, you got to understand duration of a trade. Like most people lose a trade on gold because they're often thinking that everything is happening in the same day. But I just told you how all the three conditions took a span over 3 days before they came into fruition, right? So these trades are perfect, but you got to give yourself time. You're not always going to wake up in the morning time and take a trade right away. Most of the time, and our job as a trader is to always stalk the price, to wait and be patient, to eventually a high quality setup, it comes into play. But always realize the market is not giving you trades like this every single day. And this is often why people lose in the forex market, believing that every single morning you got to force an entry. When most of the time we're waiting on Tuesday, we're waiting on Wednesday, and then boom, on Thursday, we see everything we need to see and we take that trade. And this right here, you can't really get even more perfect than this when it comes down to this evening star pattern. A evening star pattern is a bearish confirmation. And then even when you're starting back from the very start of this trend, right? If we come from over here from the past, we see how it was in an uptrend, impulse, correction, impulse, right? And then came down for a correction. Now, when it came right here, it could have kept on going up, thus keeping that uptrend into play. But we can see how it breaks the uptrend, it pulls back to it, it rejects that level, and this is how I knew the start of the downtrend was coming into play. So when price action broke below the next level, right, breakout, pullback, identify the pattern, you look to make all that money to the downside. And I always place my stop loss above the level or below the level when I'm going for a buy if it is a morning star. But in this case right here, it's above the level because in this case, it's an evening star. So this is a perfect trade. Every single time, guys, I'm getting to any like pair, no matter what it is, indices, forex, go, it really doesn't matter. I'm always going to look at it from this perspective. Breakout pullback pattern equals your entry. You can always trust in that way and make a ton of money in the market. Now, again, you have to be patient to wait for things like this, and you can afford to do so. I made a crazy amount of money on here. So if you're making like thousands of dollars every single time you're trading, you can afford to be patient to wait for the next one. And that's the level that everybody wants to reach. You know, we're making 20K, 10K. I made 25K alone just on this given setup. You know what I mean? So you're making that much money, whatever. You can afford to be patient to wait for the next best one. So this right here with my trade on gold, very simple as you always can see, guys. Simple price action strategy, easy to get into, easy to learn. If you do need more help, let me know, DM me, hit me up. I hope everybody have a great weekend. It's Friday. Enjoy yourself. Come back at it strong on Sunday. I'll see you next time, guys, right? Have a good weekend.